John always believed that freedom was not about running away from responsibility, but about choosing how to live with honesty and courage. He did not wake up one day and suddenly become free. His freedom grew slowly, shaped by small decisions, quiet moments, and the willingness to listen to his own heart. John grew up in a busy city where days moved fast and nights felt short. People around him followed schedules, expectations, and paths chosen long before they truly understood themselves. For a long time, John did the same. He studied, worked, and smiled politely, but deep inside, he felt something missing. His life felt full, yet incomplete. One morning, as sunlight slipped through his window, John realized he was tired not of work, but of living a life that did not feel like his own. That day, he decided to change, not suddenly, not loudly, but honestly. John began with simple choices. He woke up earlier to walk through quiet streets before the city came alive. He learned to enjoy the sound of his own footsteps and the calm of empty roads. These walks became his private moments of freedom, where no one expected anything from him. Soon, John simplified his life. He let go of things he did not need and focused on experiences instead. He spent weekends traveling alone, sometimes to distant places, sometimes just to a nearby town. He enjoyed sitting in small cafes, watching strangers pass by, and listening to conversations in languages he did not understand. He felt free knowing he did not have to belong anywhere specific at any given moment. Nature became an important part of John's life. He found peace in mountains, forests, and oceans. Standing before wide landscapes made his worries feel small. He learned that freedom was not about escaping problems, but about understanding his place in the world. When the wind touched his face or waves reached his feet, he felt connected and alive. John also learned to say no. This was not easy at first. He had spent years trying to please others, but freedom required honesty. He chose work that allowed him time to breathe and think. He worked hard, but on his own terms. His days became balanced, filled with effort and rest. Loneliness sometimes visited John, especially during quiet nights, but he did not fear it. He learned that being alone was different from being empty. In silence, he discovered his thoughts, his dreams, and his creativity. He wrote in notebooks, capturing ideas and emotions without judgment. Writing became another form of freedom. People around John noticed the change. Some admired his calm and confidence. Others questioned his choices, wondering why he did not chase more success or stability. John listened, smiled, and continued walking his own path. He understood that freedom meant accepting misunderstanding without anger. As time passed, John formed deeper connections with fewer people. His friendships were honest and meaningful. Conversations were slower, filled with laughter and reflection. He valued presence more than promises and moments more than plans. John's free life was not perfect. There were days of doubt and uncertainty. Sometimes he questioned his choices, but even in those moments, he felt free because the doubts were his own. He was no longer living someone else's dream. One evening, John sat alone by the sea, watching the sun disappear into the horizon. The sky changed colors slowly, and the world felt peaceful. He realized that freedom was not something he had reached, it was something he practiced every day. It lived in his choices, his patience, and his courage to remain true to himself. John stood up, breathed deeply, and smiled. He knew that tomorrow would bring new challenges, but also new opportunities to choose freely. And that was enough. In the end, John's life was not defined by how far he traveled or how much he owned, but by how honestly he lived. His freedom was quiet, steady, and deeply personal, a life chosen, not given.